Yes.
Grand Rising, Elizabeth. This
Grand
is
Rising.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Retake. All right. I'm going to take a deep breath. Let's all take a deep breath. Grand Rising, Elizabeth.
Grand
Grand
Rising.
Rising.
Grand Rising.
This is Sister Mama Hetheru coming to you live from the Ewald Circle Estates here in the village and the Netter Movement Studio number 2. It is Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday, January 11th, 2023.
Yay!
Give thanks for one more day. All right. So today I want to begin with a little, wait a minute. I want to begin with saying thank you for the universe that was created by our Creator. Give thanks to the sun, the moon, the stars, earth, wind, water, and fire. Give thanks for all of the ancestors that it took to get us here. Whew. Give thanks. I want to begin with Earth Magic Oracle cards. I have not dealt with these cards in a little while. This was my first deck I got after my mother took her journey. And I was looking for something that had people of color in it. And this one was, when I saw the Earth Magic, I said, this is the deck because I'm an Earth sign. So I was like, this is it. And now if I went to look for cards that had POC, people of color, I can find a plethora of choices now because we have so many out, which I'm so excited about. And I really like these cards because they give you, whatever card you pick, they give you an explanation or a definition of what is on the card. And then they give you an example of life with that element. So let's see what we pick today. Okay, Sister Bridget, give me a number. A number from 1 to 10.
7.
All right. You want me to pull from the top or the bottom?
The middle.
Oh, she said the middle. All right, I'm going to get 7 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Oh, wow. This is a good one. This card I pulled today is Clouds Shape-Shifting. Okay? Cloud Shape-Shifting. So now I will go to my trusty dusty book. Thank goodness this one is in alphabetical order. It's an easy find. I don't think this is a card that I pulled very much either. And I'm still looking for it. Now it's hiding. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, I've pulled this card maybe 3 times. Last time was 10/28/2020. Clouds, shape-shifting. When tiny droplets of water or frozen crystals are surrounded by billions of other droplets or crystals, a cloud is formed. Each of these tiny droplets diffuse and scatter light so that the tops of clouds are white, then fade to gray toward the base. The nature of cloud formations affects our mood as well as the temperature on the ground and in the air. Their shape, movement, and coloration tell us what weather to expect in the near future, and they nourish our visual hunger during breathtaking sunrises and sunsets. Most of us have had an opportunity at one time or another to notice the shapes and forms clouds take as they drift gently or boldly across the sky, constantly shifting and changing, adjusting themselves to the requirements of their nature. When we take time to simply observe, we can see the cloud people, images that are an elegant collaboration between nature and our imagination. In both subtle and more dramatic ways, you can shape-shift by your choice of clothing, hairstyle, adornments, and even mannerisms, such as facial expressions, gestures, or the way you talk. By adjusting these along with your internal attitude, you can actually display different personas. When you experiment with these variations of self-expression that are not how you ordinarily present yourself, others will react to you, depending on the degree in which your persona contrasts with the one they are most familiar with. Be like the clouds as you do different forms, stretching your limits at times, willing to move and adjust as necessary. Lift your head up, square your shoulders, and stand tall such that your chest and heart are open to the world. And note how this feels. You may feel vulnerable at first, but stay with it. Let your shoulders fall forward slightly, pull your chest inward an inch or two, and let your head drop a little. Observe how this feels. Experiment with contracting your aura, your energy field, then expand it as far as you comfortably can. By this kind of shape shifting, you can consciously choose your expression into the world. Just remember who you are at the core. Clouds, shape shifting. That was our reading for today. All right. We have a guest coming in at 9 o'clock. I just gave them a call. They said, Mom, head 8 o'clock. I could do 9. And then I said, well, when would you be willing to come to the Elizabeth show? And he thought about it. He said, oh, actually tomorrow's a really good day. I was like, yes. I love how spirit works. So I am able to get a guest on here that is very dear and special to me. And also he's a newlywed, which is amazing too. But Tafari Stevenson Howard is my friend, and he is a world traveler. And we'll be talking with him in the next hour. Now, it is movement time. You know it was coming. All right, so is anybody else on here? Because I am only seeing me. Hello? Can you all hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear
I
you.
thought I was all alone. I was like, do I have a hey Ebony, hey Miss Bridget.
Hey, Ebony.
Good morning.
Yes,
Good
I
morning,
see
Bridget.
Reverend Omani, man, Sister Evelyn and Ebony and Bridget and Deetra. Okay, Deetra already let me know that she is driving, so she is being careful and cautious. Thank you, thank you. We want you to always stay safe in your travels and journeys. All right. So today we're going to start with a little facial yoga. Now, yeah. So do what you can, or you can watch the remake of this and do them later. All right. All right. So facial yoga was something that Sister Tanae taught us. We had a Zoom meeting, and back in the day when we were only on Zoom. And Tanae gave us some facial exercises to do. And we're going to do those now. So, and it'll involve hands as well. So just bear with. So what we want to do, let's think about that posture that we want to be cautious of and make sure that we're paying attention to is how we're sitting. With our cell phones and computers, we're looking like the letter C. We want to be the letter D or the letter B. So you want to sit up a little better. You take a breath, inhaling through your nostrils and filling your belly with air. And you want to open up your core, your cervical neck, and open that up and push it down to the base, to the root chakra when you inhale and inflate that stomach. As you exhale, while you're exhaling, you want to squeeze your core, your cervical neck, and squeeze and pull that energy up to behind your belly button. That helps you engage the abs as you are releasing the air that you pulled in through your mouth and let it go. So your tummy is going like this. And your core is going, you open, push it down, and squeeze, pull it up, okay? So Also, you want to take your shoulders around, back, and down and pull your chest through just a little bit more. Posture is here. Sit up. You will feel your abs burning when you're doing it properly. And it doesn't look like you're doing anything, but you are tensing up that core, those abs, and you're sitting up. It automatically makes the abs activate just from pulling your chest through and your shoulders down. Not here. Shoulder earrings. Are you driving like this, or are you relaxed? Are you driving with the steering wheel? I have to tell myself, I was like, why are you holding the steering wheel so tight? Release and relax. You can relax while you drive. You can relax while you deal with other people, because we're all tensed up and you're breathing because you're mad. Open your hands and breathe. Use your diaphragmatic breathing, and that will help your situation become a little less tense. It works. It works great in the school. Our children would get, because of whatever happened before they got to school, I would tell them, just open your hands and take those breaths. Because you're thinking, it's taking your mind off of what you were thinking about. So it really helps. Okay. So with our first exercise, we're going to rub our hands together. Now be careful, if they're dry, don't strike the match. Don't set a fire. You might need to put some oil on them. That's why Mama had the oil down, because I would look like a shark up in here. My skin will be the color shark and dolphin. All right. Rub those hands together and create some energy. Keep rubbing. Check your posture. Remember your breathing. Rub, rub, rub. Make it warm. Keep going. This is a little shoulder and hand exercise. And then you're going to gently place your hands over your eyes. And just keep the posture. Push that chest through. And remember not to scrunch up your brow, okay? Your forehead, rather. Be conscious of how your forehead is. That's another thing. You got lines to write something on a piece of paper up there. Relax your forehead as well. Inhaling and exhaling. Move that core. Now check your shoulders. Are they up here or are they down here? All right. On your next inhale, move your hands and rub them again together. All right, this time what we're going to do is we're going to trace our sinus cavity, and we're just going to go around, past the nose, and up over the eyebrow. Okay? And then start again. Keep going up and out. Up and out. Remember your breathing. Watch your posture. When Sister Aisha does our ear candling, she gives a sinus cavity massage with that to help relieve that pressure as you're getting the wax out of your ear. We'll do that about 8 times. You inhale on the up, exhale as you wipe away. Next, we're going to do some forehead work. So you're going to put both hands, don't bend over, Mama head. Stay posture. Okay, so you're going to put your fingertips in the center, and you're going to wipe across the right side or the left side 8 times, and then switch to the other side. I don't want to be a right-handed snob, so that's why I want to include my lefties. So whichever side you do first, do one side first and then do the other. 8 swipes. Gently, firm but gentle. Don't hurt yourself. Breathe, check your posture, watch your shoulders. And then when you're done with your 8 wipes, do the opposite side, the other side. Yes, the arms are going to burn. It's exercise too. Check your shoulders. Make sure they're down in their space and not at your ears. And gently take your arms down. Even though they're burning, just gently take them down. Ooh, okay. Take a deep breath. Recovery, stretch your shoulders out, roll them around, roll them back, forward. All right, now we're going to do a tongue exercise. We're going to stick our tongue out and we're going to go right and left, okay? So do that now. And you're just going to do it 8 times, okay? Right and left. And you want to remember to keep that forehead from scrunching, okay? You want to keep that clear, okay? So the next exercise, we're going to open our eyes really wide and stick our tongue out, but you do not leave your forehead, attempt to not scrunch that up, okay? So we're going to do that. This one is really silly and it makes you giggle, but you're going to stick your tongue out and open your eyes without making your brow scrunch, okay? Your forehead scrunch, okay? You're going to do that 8 times. Okay, I think I did good. Okay. Now we're going to do some eye work. I need to turn my thing over here because of the light. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some eyeball work. We're going to take our eyes and move right to left 8 times. We're going to do up and down 8 times. We're going to do 1/2 of an X, the other half, and then we'll go around, okay? We're going to do all of that with our eyes. All right? All right. Here we go. Right and left. And right. And left. And right. And left. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Up and down. Let's go. And up and down. 2. Commit to your 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Crisscross. 1, 2, 3. Don't cheat. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. And crisscross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then close your eyes. I'm seeing circles now. That's funny. Close your eyes and breathe. Check your posture. All right. Let's go ahead and take chin to chest. And then we're going to gently roll your head around. And there's a big, huge trust factor here. You want to trust that you won't let it go too far. And if you feel any pops or cracks or snap, crackle, or pops, just say, uh-oh. 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 We'll do 4 one way and 4 the other. Check your posture and your breathing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And other way. Gently, gently, but literally let it hang. And you'll notice where you have tension. Gently, gently. Let out a sigh. You can make your exhale with sound. And gently return to the center. Now let's take a few breaths. Filling that belly with air, moving that core. Inhale. And exhale. All right. Very good. All right, let's do a sister check-in. I need to see y'all. Y'all know how it go. Show your ceiling or your floor, your elbow or your toe, whatever it is. All right. All right, so let's do a round robin. Down, Todd. Let's go. Check in. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing, but now you got my body thinking, let's dance, because you did a warm up. And I'm like, I gotta work. I can't dance until later. But now I think I'm gonna try and squeeze it in on my lunch hour, because now my body's like, come on now, you done the warm up, now let's go.
All right. Thank you, Bridget, for giving us our first squeeze for the day. I love it. There's one. Okay, so make sure you do your 20. Squeeze, squeeze. Good job. All right, Mama Evelyn, check in. It's my red crew.
Oh. I'm feeling spiffy.
Spiffy. I like that. Spiffy. I like it. I like it. Next, Sister Ebony. Be careful now.
I feel relaxed. I feel calm. Feel really ready to take on my day. Thank you very much.
All right. Next. Who's next? Come on, y'all.
This Queen of Duty and I feel wake. I's woke now. I's awake now.
All right. Good job. And thank you. Sister Almighty Grace, thank you for putting the seal. Hey, ceiling and walls. How y'all doing over there? I love it. All right.
Got the hand talking.
Look, that's all right. That means I'm all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
We used to have a man at church, and he would always do this. And I would ask my mother, what is he doing? He would do that with his Bible or the hymnal. He would. So I didn't know that this was thank you in sign language. Because, the hearing, so you can see that somebody is applauding. So one of the teachers used to say, this is baked chicken and fried chicken. So I enjoyed that. All right. Now, let me see who else is here. Deetra's driving. So Deetra, you feeling road ready. Okay, great job. Good job, Deetra. Thank you. Let me see who else is in here. Somebody else. Did anybody else slide up in here? Let me see. Okay,
everybody. Got everybody.
Where's Star? Hey, wait a minute. Where's my Star?
I went upstairs, and when I went to get ready, her room was dark and she was under like this.
That's all right. We take that too. That's a good check-in too. Sleep tight, baby. That's all right.
But sometimes the body just say, I'm shutting it down.
That's right. All right, so let's do another wake up movement. This one is a challenge. Tanae said that this exercise helped to connect the right and the left brain. So you got your concrete thinking side and your creative side connecting. I was doing the Baba Shimba shared with us that if a baby doesn't crawl, they miss that connection piece to connect the right and left side of the brain. Some babies scooch, and so the learning will be different, but that coordination of right and left, that's a part of development. So we're gonna do this exercise. I got to get to the edge of my bed. So, all right. So this is, and I want you to visualize.
I got a question, Mama had.
Sure.
My friend, baby, she didn't wanna crawl. She just wanted to walk.
I love it. But with each child, it's different. They're here for a different lesson. I had a cousin that scooched. She had one hand and she drug her body. She drug her body across the floor on one side.
Yeah.
So you said that baby went straight to standing. I love it.
She did.
I don't need that part. I got that lesson already. I don't need that lesson.
Yeah, it would be like she like everybody else walking. I'm walking too.
And I think that they know how to do things before they let us know.
Yeah. Because she would, even know how you talk baby talk to the baby. She was like, "Why are you talking to me like that?" She would look at you like, "What you saying? Why are you talking to me like that?"
Right. I love it. Yeah, we didn't baby talk ISIS, and she would tell my mother, I want my mother and my father. Where are my parents? Okay. So this exercise, it's something, because when I learned how to do this, it took me about a week to get it together. It really got on my nerves. I love exercise that get on my nerves. And it's hard for me to look. So I'm going to give you what to do. It's the opposite arm, opposite leg, okay? Now, it is up. So you're going to stick a leg out and put the hand up. Let me see. I think I got all my clothes on, so I'm good. I'm not cheating. I said that ain't going to work. Okay, so here are the moves. It's up. So you take your arm up and one leg out. I still can't see that. All right. Can't see. I need to come up a little bit. All right, here we go. All right. So it's up, right side, left side, across. You're alternating. Straight out and down. And then open. So one arm, I'll stand up. So you can do this standing or sitting. I think I'm gonna need, hold on. It's busy. All right, here we go. So it's up, across, out front, and down, and open. So just remember, opposite arm, opposite leg. And I'll slow down. And I'll give you the call before we do it, because it's a right and a left. So it's up, across, out front, and down, and open, and up, across, down. The out front. Did you do out front? And down, and open, and up, and across, and out front, and down, touch toes, and open, up, across, out front, and down, and open. One more, up, across, out front, and down, and open. Now, I'm telling you, you keep saying, wait a minute, leg, I told you to go, not you. So it really is a mind It's a real mind mess, okay? Did you all get at least one good one in?
No, do it again.
Okay, let's do it again. And up. Across. Opposite leg, opposite arm. And out front. And down. Uh-oh, I almost messed up. And open. And up. I have to close my eyes to do it. I can't look. Across. Oh, yeah, I did right. And out front. And toes. And open. It was the open that would get me up, 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 across, and out front, and down, and open. Up, across, and out front, and down, and open. I'm gonna do it really fast. Up, across, out front, and down, and open. Okay. Whew.
Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out.
Listen, you're gonna think about that later and be like, you know what was I doing? What was I doing? That was something else. That was really something. That messed with me for about a week. I was not happy for about a week. I was like, Tanae, that's bothering me. Yeah, I love that. It was a good challenge. So when I go out dancing, sometimes I do that. I do it fast. If I'm clumsy with the slow move, that means that I'm better with it fast. That lets me know that it's really a fast move, and it slow makes me feel a little clumsy. All right. So now, if you all have a pen and paper, or if you're driving, you can do this in your thinking. Bless you, bless you. So we're going to do a writing prompt. Let me see. Oh, I know what I want you to do. I want you to think about your little girl self and just check in with her. She is free to think and feel what she wants to in this moment, and just have a little conversation with her. And just write. If you're driving, just think about. But I want you to talk to her and have a conversation with her for about 5 minutes. It might not be that long. I'm just saying that. That's just a good number. Okay, so grab a pen and some paper, crayon, whatever it is. If you're in your mind, that's fine too. You know, the imagination. If you think a thing, then so shall it be. So let's just speak to her and just check in and see how she feels right now. And she's safe, and she's very safe right now, and no one can harm her. So she's free to think as she wants to, and just check in with her and see what she's thinking about in this moment, okay? And if she has a name or a nickname, please address her and call her what she likes to be called.
Mama Head, what's the assignment again?
That you're just checking in with your little girl. Okay. Check in with your little girl. Check in and see how she's doing. She's safe. She's free of any harm or danger, and it's okay for her to come out and just let you know how she's feeling. And maybe ask her what, find out what she would like to put on today before she goes out, how she wants to wear her hair, and where she wants to go. And what would her lunch be? There we go. One more minute. Okay, look at our time. Okay, it's 8:45. If you want to continue to write for and through her, please continue. Did anybody want to share where their little girl wanted to go? Or what she wore? Anybody want to share?
Well, I'm wearing my black and red.
Okay.
Got a t-shirt under here.
Uh-huh.
But my power colors.
All right.
Yeah. Feeling confident. Calm. I'm going to the doctor today, so I'm gonna stand up for myself and my beliefs.
Okay.
I will not be swayed.
Mm-hmm.
But I will listen. And I hope he does too.
Hey, amen. You can't look. That's a great doctor visit. I love that you have your power colors on. I'm in business mode too. I'm in business mode. Yes. Awesome. And what is your little girl's name, Mama Evelyn? What's her name?
Oh goodness. Ooh.
That's a nice name. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Yeah, give her a name and take her to the doctor. Let her go to the doctor with you today. Take her with you.
Okay.
Take her with you. Yeah, you come up with her name, her nickname, or her name. Gotta give her a name, you know. Anybody else want to share? I love that you all are still writing. Go on and have that conversation. Yes. So I'll go next. So my little girl, she wants to go ice skating today. And she's wearing her chocolate brown and white elephant leg pants. And one thing that was really special that she shared with me is that she's playing with all our friends. There are some that are not with us anymore, but I'm playing with all my friends that I grew up with. And there was over 30 something, I think it was over 60 some kids on that block, because I lived on the block with a lot of grandmothers. So they had a lot of children and their children. So that's why we had so many children. And I want a hot dog and some potato chips and a pop and an ice cream cone. And her name is Angie. And I think that's all. Oh, I want to ride my big wheel. And I want to put the clicker on the wheel, because my mother wouldn't let us put the clickers on because we could ride them in our house, because our house was that big. But she wouldn't let me so I got my clicker on the wheels on my big wheel, so to go, the wheel to make that sound. Okay, thank you, I'm done. Okay, and that's Angie. All right, anybody else?
Okay, I will go because I'm getting ready to head into a 9 o'clock meeting in a little while, and I will just listen. So my little girl adopted a name that some friends of mine gave me, and it's too long of a story to talk about.
You got time, don't worry.
Talk about how I got this name. But the name that they gave me was Lily Freebird.
Oh.
So that name has stuck.
Bridget, put your camera on, honey.
Oh, I'm sorry. So the name that they gave me. So my little girl's name is Lily Freebird. And how I got that name actually was, there was a guy who worked in our office. He came in as a temp, and he came over one day and we were all talking, and I don't know why he paid attention to everybody's hands, but he stopped the whole conversation and he said, "Why don't you wear a ring?" And I said, "Because I'm not married." And he says, "Somebody's letting you fly free? You're a free bird?" And I said, "Yeah." And I don't know whether to be insulted by that or not, but okay. And he said there was a song back in the 60s about a free bird. And I was like, okay, all right, I'll take your word for it. So ever since then, my friends started calling me Freebird. So there was a lady called, she was an older lady. And I said my name was Bridget, but she kept calling me Lisa. And I hung up the phone and I said, she kept calling me Lisa. And then they put it together and they were like, your full name now is Lily Freebird, because it completely fits your personality. So my little girl's name is Lily Freebird.
Lily Freebird. I love it. I love it.
She's at peace. She is at peace. She wants to create. She wants to go and play, and she wants to create with colors and play with flowers, and she wants to dance. And she's like, I want to go dance. I want to go learn. Today, I want to go learn. Today, I am also in my favorite color, which is red. So I have on all red. And my little girl just wants to be free. She just wants to go and play and be free. So that's my little girl.
All right, Lily Freebird, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You all continue to develop those little girls. I appreciate this exercise. I didn't even know where I was going with that today. It just came out. I was like, what are we gonna do? My little girl was like, I want to meet my friends on here. I want to meet some friends. So that's what happened. Who is your little girl? What does she want to wear? Where does she want to go? What does she want to eat? Who does she want to see? And what does she want to do? And she's in a safe space. Safe space. Oh, that was so freeing. That felt good. That felt good. And if you ever want to share and we, and time got away from us, or you put it in the chat and we close the window, feel free to add things and write things in our Facebook page. We're more than just here on Zoom. We are also in social media. And, I hear you, Danielle. Make a video, go live. I'll bring the little girl live. I'll bring her out and bring her live. I'll do that. I can make a live about that. I can hear Danielle. She on mute, but make a video, Mama. Okay, I can do it. I can do that. I gave myself my own first assignment, and Danielle is the teacher.
Well, thank you. I feel okay. I feel honored. And I'll go ahead and share, and I will do a video on this. My little girl's name is Riri.
Riri. Hi, Riri.
I have an uncle that's an actual nickname for me, and for years I couldn't understand why he called me that. My middle name is Sharice.
Oh.
I get it now. And she just wants to do everything. She just wants to do everything. She wants to play. She wants to go skating. She wants to climb trees. She wants to paint. Not all at the same time, but she's got an unlimited list of stuff to do, and she just don't want nobody telling her no. You can't do that, no. So yeah, I have a lot of creative projects that I'm going to get to, but I also had a lot of purging to do before I could sit down and create. So yeah, we the purging is happening and the creativity is flowing, and I'm so excited.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Right, Miss Riri.
I just can't hide it.
I know she's also the type that keeps a packed bag, because she always knows somebody gonna come and get her, go somewhere.
Ooh, the pack bag.
The pack bag.
I love it. I remember when I met Hetheru, he said you should always keep a booty bag packed in your car. You never, sometimes you don't know where you're going to end. You might spend the night somewhere. When you get grown, that's when you get grown. That's when you get older. Not right now. We in the little girl world.
Right. I'm sure you're talking about that booty bag for him.
No. He meant to have some underwear and a change of clothes, because sometimes you might go out and you might not make it home. You need your little, you need your little. This is a little toothbrush. The one that you put in there and you take out and flip it like this, so you had a handle and you put it back in the case. You need it's really an overnight bag. That's really what he was saying. But they just
I
mean, but that's for your girlfriends too. When you hang out with your girls, y'all might go out and you're like, girl, I don't feel like driving home, so you'll stay over. So he was just saying keep a bag packed in the car. Yeah. That's for everything.
See, it helps when you have a job. It helps when you have a job where you can wear whatever you want to wear. So it's like, oh, okay, just to have that bag. I remember having a bag in my early 20s. It's like, oh, you never made it home, but you clean them fresh for work the next day. Don't nobody know. Nobody don't know but you. So I remember them days.
You might have went out and went to church the next day. I'm just saying.
Oh, you just might be hanging out with some musicians over at Burt's, and next thing you know, they open up the doors. It's bright light. Like, what the hell? How did this happen? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm sure you experienced that when you met me and Philip.
Yeah.
Like you open the door and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, wait a minute, it's daytime.
No,
you've been jamming all night.
Mama Head, it wasn't 5 o'clock in the morning. It was like Day of the Dead. They opened up that door at 7, and it was bright, and it was like Eastern Market. Wait a minute, we've been here on what? I've never experienced anything like that. Like what? It's daylight. How
Keep
does
your
that happen?
overnight bag. Keep your overnight bag.
Overnight
Look,
bag.
and you need a blanket. Since we're talking about cars, and we're getting, even though it doesn't seem like winter, you need to have that bag with a nice warm blanket in the car. What else do we need to have? We might need to do one of those. How do we keep our car? We talk about our house being packed, but what about in your car and what we need to keep in that car for emergency situations? I keeps me a blade and a flashlight in my car. You never know. But anyway, little girls, we're talking to our little girl. Nice meeting you, Riri.
Riri and
Oh my goodness.
Lily Freebird.
Lily Freebird. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Put a little baby on there. My goodness.
That's Mama Evelyn. Oh my,
oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
You guys are crazy.
Oh boy.
Grand Rising Alita
Grand Rising.
and Star. Star has popped in.
And Star. So they didn't slid in. Okay. All right. So Brother Tafari is checking in. He said he just needs about 5 minutes. So did anybody? Okay. So what we were doing, I was asking you to introduce us to your little girl. Tell us what she's wearing, where she wants to go, what she wants to eat, what she wants to do, and who she wants to hang out with. She's safe, and it's okay for her to be just as she is. No one can harm her. So that was one of the things that we just really wanted to cover in this moment. So just write a letter to her or allow her to speak through you and tell us what her name is, And my little girl got a twin named Andy. And Andy is the mischievous one that'll come and do stuff and don't let the rest of us know what they did. And then we'll say, no, we didn't do that. And I told that's the one that need to be the investigator. The one that likes to do research. I can put you to work. You do research since you nosy like that. And you doing stuff. But you gotta let us know. And we know, oh my goodness. I didn't do that. Hetheru like, Mama, heck, yes, you did. And I know I did. We didn't. That was, it must have been Andy. Ooh, Andy. Whew. Andy, go fix the plumbing in the bathroom. That's what you need to do. Go fix the plumbing. So yeah, explore that. And yeah, like I was saying, we can put some of these responses in our page on Facebook. We want to have that active too. Any comments or concerns that we may miss or you might not get to ask while we're in show, definitely go to our Facebook page. We have presence. The Elizabeth Visionary Conference, we have presence on Facebook. We are also on TikTok. Tickety Talk. Mama Head like to call it Tickety Talk because it makes me laugh. So what's the name on TikTok? And then we also have an Instagram page as well. And we also have a conference coming up. Planning is in motion.
Yeah, I think it's Elizabeth Visionaries.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I can go look. I don't know why I'm sitting here like I don't have the ability. Let me see. Let
me tell you while she's looking for that. Let me tell you how silly our country is, our state, our city. I just opened this 2023 personal property statement. They want me to pay them to use what I bought 20 years ago to pay them. That's how silly our state. So it's usury tax. So you buy something, you pay the tax for it, and then they want to come every year and ask you, are you still using that? Can you pay tax on that again?
What in the Sam Doodle Dandy?
My little girl, she doesn't like these.
Wait a minute. What is it that, I mean, give us an example of what you purchased that they want you to pay for taxes on using.
Okay, so I bought all my stations for the,
Oh, okay.
and so they want me to every year to pay them to use it.
Okay.
People just come up with stuff.
Now, let me ask you this, Queen
Uh-oh.
Doodle. Okay, first of
I was
all, when you
I
bought
was
it,
a grown
are
girl.
you renting or are you buying? Did you buy it?
No, I bought it. It doesn't matter what you have. If you bought the chairs that you use, they want you to pay on that. They want you
Tell
to.
them you ain't using them no more. Tell them you got rid of them and got some different ones. Tell them you're not using them.
No, some things are just stupid, and they come up with stuff just to make money. Somebody sitting in a boardroom, and it doesn't even make sense. But they say, just charge the people this, just charge this, just charge that.
Are they really gonna try to enforce that?
I've never.
You got paperwork. What's the name of that form? Form number what? Maybe we can run the lottery. What's the number on that bottom of that? A usury tax from something that you bought prior to. Oh my gosh.
From the Michigan Department of Treasury, the personal property statement. Yeah.
Is this for business? Because I don't have it no more. I bought some new chairs. Tell them you bought some new chairs, Mama Sheila.
Tell them you have something custom made.
How about I just don't tell them nothing?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You know what? I got a place for that.
I know sometimes you want to respond. Remember yesterday's message, hush? Yeah, that's hush.
Hush, hush. I mean, let me ask you this. Do you think any taxpayer voted for that? Did we vote for something like that?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I said it was at some board meeting that they were saying, okay, we need some more money. What can we create? And they created that.
I mean, it's just like with the
I would love to be on that
department.
board. I would love to be on that board, and I would love to look at that person that made that statement and say, "Are you out your mind?
Are you out your mind?"
I want them to pay for using me. How about that? I'm gonna charge you a user tax for using me. How about that?
About that?
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna make that need to be. Look, that's gonna be on the T-shirt. Pay me for me. Did you there's a me whatever, one of those funny
Oh my God, look at Tafari.
Hey.
Hello.
Tafari.
Hey, Baba. You on mute.
Oh, wait. Tafari. That's
Good
me and Pam. That's our best friend.
How you doing?
What? Hey.
Good morning.
Oh my God. I was saying, like, what does he do? Because I know Tafari, we put his locks in his hair.
Oh my goodness. It's mama. It's mama.
That was like 17 years ago. No.
It's been more
18.
than that.
No, it's been about 18 because my baby Amelia will be 17. No, she'll be 18 this year.
Wow.
So I got them the year she was born.
Oh wow.
So actually next month, because I believe it was February, so next month will be 18 years.
Wow. Look at this baby. Here's another one of your babies.
Miss Everett.
Yes.
The master.
Yeah.
The hair master.
Star is on here.
The muse.
I mean, Pam, well, you don't know. Pam is now Star. There she is.
Wait, where's Star? Is she on here?
She just popped on.
Where you been? Are you in New York or are you in Michigan?
No, I'm in Detroit. I actually just dropped my wife off. I'm like on Erskine and Jenna right now.
Oh, we just missed Mama Bear. Oh no. Yes, Tafari is a newlywed, honey. A newlywed.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm trying love again.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Nanswa.
Mrs. It's Mrs. Nanswa.
Yeah, if you
Nan-
want to get technical, her name is Nans Wakazi.
Nans Wakazi. Mrs.
Yes,
Nans Wakazi.
yes. Nans Wakazi means beautiful woman in the Xhosa language of South Africa.
Mhm.
Ashe.
Where'd you meet her at?
Listen,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, do tell, do tell.
so this was 10 years ago.
Mm.
I was going through a divorce and I was with my new boo cooking her dinner. And I happened to pop open my Facebook to one of my friend's pages, and she had posted this picture of her and her cousins. And I said, "Oh, that woman is beautiful." She was like, "She's engaged to be married. She's not available." I wasn't available either, but I was just like, "Ooh."
Uh-huh.
Fast forward, me and the girl I was messing with, we broke up because she wanted to get married, he wanted kids. And I'm like, I just got out of a divorce. I just want to be your master lover. I just
Yeah.
want to treat you well. I want to explore and travel and, I'll give you all the love you need. But I just I just got loosed.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So that was a problem. We broke up. And next thing you know, my friend was like, "Hey, my cousin is actually single now. Can I connect you to?" So this was probably about 3 years after I had saw this picture. And so we went out for sushi and we connected. But I was still in my head. I'm like, that's too much. So I was, for lack of a better term, she'll tell you, she'll tell you the same thing, but I was kind of like a fuck boy for a little bit. So she stopped messing with me.
Uh-huh.
But then one day she called me up and I was like, "Come over." And we've been together ever since.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been 7 years.
Okay, so you
Wow.
met her here in Detroit.
Yep, in Detroit. And in April of last year, we eloped in Tulum, Mexico.
Oh.
So it's really kind of interesting. So last year, December 21, we were in Brazil on vacation. And I had a major health incident, like kind of like almost died. Had to come back to the United States, had to have emergency surgery. It's almost been a year since that emergency surgery. And at that time, I'm like, why are we planning a wedding for 2023 for our family?
Mm-hmm.
Life is short. This is for us, not about them. When I get back from Africa, let's go get married. And that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
We had a beautiful ceremony in Tulum. And then in July, we had a public celebration with our families. And now everything is kind of like cemented.
Oh, that's awesome. When Mama had announced that Tafari was coming on, I'm like, what does he do? Because I only know one Tafari, and let me tell you, on this earth, there is only room for one Tafari.
So true. So true.
Thank God it's a joy and not a hindrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, I'm still here living in Detroit, kind of like part-time. I do a lot of traveling. Yeah,
Visiting. Go ahead.
yeah, I kind of like, to me it's a visit. Like I'll come, I'll work, I'll do some stuff. And I got to get the hell out of America and I'll leave.
Yeah.
I'm going to be here for another week and I'm getting the hell out of here.
And where are you going when you leave?
I'm going back to Brazil.
Oh, that's where you're living?
No, I'm actually, I was supposed to be in Brazil right now. I was going to be in Brazil for like a month and a half, but my travel schedule got like some hiccups. So I had to push it back, push my trip back. Cause I was going to be gone like December through, like late January. So now I'm leaving on the 24th. I'll be gone for almost 2.5 weeks. I'm going to I'm going to a festival, the Festival of Imanja or Yemaya, for those who follow the Yoruba faith. It's an African spiritual festival in Salvador Bahia, which is the most Black place on earth behind Lagos, Nigeria. So it's steeped in ancestral history, Blackness, Africana, and I'm going to partake in all of that and worship and celebrate with my brothers and sisters in South America.
Well,
And I'm
we
going to
have,
release myself. I'm going to
yeah.
release. I'll be going into the rainforest. I'll be staying in an indigenous community, doing some spiritual work in this indigenous community, to kind of keep myself open and balanced. So when I come back to Detroit, I'll be ready for everybody to help y'all get it together.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I got to go do my work on myself. You know, so when you're saying like, what does Tafari do? So one thing that I do that most people know me for is photography. I'm a professional photographer. I've been a professional photographer now for about 20 years. It's been about 20 years. But over the last 4 years, I severed my ties with corporate America. I worked for University of Michigan for like over 17 years. I worked with Hetheru system for quite a while. And it got to the point, I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm not happy. My soul is not happy. I'm suffering. I'm suffering. I'm suffering. I'm suffering. And this cannot be life.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
The body, your body. Remember, you were telling me your body was beginning to say, "Look."
Yeah. So with this whole physical thing that was going on, this is when I was working at the University of Michigan. We had kind of like what do you call those things? Like a team change. We got a new manager, new director, all of this stuff. So we got this new manager. This person was like hyper abusive, hyper micromanaging, and this is coming from an environment where everything was loose, everything was good. We were productive. We were like a high performing team, and then things started to change when we kind of got someone who was like a little hell bent on creating an environment of fear.
Yeah.
And I let that fear get the best of me. I allowed that fear to seep in. I allowed that control to seep in. I ingested it and it just bubbled inside of me. And that's when it became something that was threatening my life. It was threatening my mental stability. It was threatening my emotional health. It was threatening my emotional wealth. And I literally had a breakdown at my job, at my desk. The police came, the ambulance came, security came. I was taken out in the ambulance. They stripped my shirt off at my job. Like all my business was in the street. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. It was a disaster. And I literally thought I was dying. I was screaming, call my mama, call my mama, call my mama.
Yeah.
Get to the hospital, they do all these tests on me, and they're like, okay, you did not have a heart attack. We think you had a panic attack. And I'm like, whoa. I didn't know what I had been going through was a panic attack. I was just suffering through it.
Yeah.
For months. So that happened on a Wednesday. On a Friday, I went back to work. I sat at my desk about 9:15, and that feeling started to come back. I said, I got to get the hell out of here. I immediately left. I called my doctor's office. I'm like, I don't care if she doesn't have an opening. I'm coming. I'll be there in 20 minutes. So I get there. I tell her what happened. And she was like, oh, you're going to be off of work for a while. So she took me off work for a month. Then I started working with a therapist. And I ended up being off work for 6 months trying to repair myself. I took 6 Earth months off of working for white people to restore my Black body. That included meditation. It included changing my diet. It included yoga. It included other physical exercises. And it really included me slowing down and understanding why I'm here. I'm not here to be stressed. I'm not here to pay bills. I'm not here to make anybody rich. I'm here to enrich you and make myself rich through my work. And once I started to realize that, my life just changed dramatically, positively. And I'm still, years later, riding this wave of positivity to the point where I'm living the life that I want to live. I mean, I'm living out of the country part-time. I'm running 3 successful businesses. I have love in my life. My children are doing good. My oldest daughter just graduated college. I got a daughter who's about to graduate high school. So it's like, and I'm about to be on child support. So you know I'm about to live my life. You know what I'm doing with that first child support payment that I'm not making? I'm going to Peru. So, but the sad thing though, through all of this, the sad thing though, you know, we all have to go through something to get something. You know, Betty White said that in order to get something, you got to get something, you got to go through something, all of that. I believe that's true. And I believe that there's levels to it. I don't believe that we always have to go all the way down to the depths of like, my life is, what's happening with my life? I'm desperate. It's important to understand when your life is starting, or the moment in your life is starting to take a downturn, so you can pause and step back and reevaluate. I didn't have those tools initially. Now I do, and I work with people to make sure that they have these same tools, to make sure that they have this same energy, to make sure that they know that they have this same power in you. You're born with it. You have to know how to tap into it.
Mhm.
Speak, Chief. Speak.
Y'all got me up. I ain't even had no drink. I ain't even had nothing to drink this morning. I just woke up. I ain't had no water, no coconut water. Y'all got me going.
Baby, that's what the Elizabeth, being full of passion and birthing that baby. Listen, if this ain't the version of masculine Elizabeth, I don't know what is. Do you hear this passion and feel this energy? I didn't know it had gone that deep, Tafari. I didn't know it had gone that. I just know that you were like, Mama Head, listen. I was like, I'm coming over there.
Yeah, when you came to my house, like when I started that photography series, The Couch, that was like the very beginning of my healing. So one thing art does is it heals. Creativity will help you heal. And as a natural creative, I tapped into my skill and my passion to help move that further. And it really helped. I was able to not only use my art as a healing space for myself, my art was used as a healing space for others through this couch series.
Oh my God.
Almost became like every session I photographed, I think it was like 175 people or something like that. People that came through, every session was a healing session.
Yeah.
Whether that was the intent or not, just based on conversation, just based on building a safe space for people to come and express their own creativity, just based on the fact that people could come to a place and just chill from their life.
Now tell me more about the couch series. That's a photograph, right?
Yeah, it was a photography.
What is it?
So it was a photography series that started in 2018. I think it was 2000. Yeah, it was a photography series that I started in 2018, and it was something that was started kind of like just for fun. Long story short, that's how you know I'm from Detroit. But long story short, I ordered a couch from this company online for my living room. The couch I ordered was burgundy. And it took about a month and a half for the couch to be made. They delivered the couch, it arrived, and it was burgundy. It was beautiful. I placed it in my living room. It was absolutely wonderful. It was what I wanted. The next day, my cousin came over, maybe about 9 o'clock in the morning, and she walked in to see the couch. She was like, "Why'd you get a pink couch?" And I'm like, I didn't like look at the couch when I came out of my bedroom. I just went straight to the door, you know? And I'm like, my couch is pink as burgundy. Then I turned around, I was like, it's pink. What the hell happened? It was literally burgundy. I'm like, and she was like, it's pink. So I'm like, whoa, and I walked up on it and it was like even brighter pink. It was like a mood couch.
Wow.
So I called the company and I'm like, I ordered this couch in Merlot and it's like fuchsia. And they're like, what are you talking about? So I sent a picture and they're like, we've never seen that before. And so they're like, we had to investigate the quality of the fabric. And like, they launched this investigation. They're like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. So what was happening when sunlight comes into my house, it interacts with that color and it changes it. So if it's really nice and sunny, the couch is really, really pink. If it's cloudy or dark, it's burgundy. So it literally changes color throughout the day.
Wow.
And so I started talking about this on my Instagram page. And then more of my cousins came over to see this pink couch. So I took pictures of them on the couch and I posted them online and people were like, wow, that's kind of sexy. And I'm like, y'all like this? And they're like, yeah. So then I said, I made a post. I'm like, well, if anybody wants to be photographed on my couch, you know, I'm open on Saturday, just come through. And then people just started like, okay, I'm gonna come. And then next thing you know, people are like coming, they're dressed up, they got on outfits, they're coming with outfit changes, they're coming with their partners, they're coming with friends, they're bringing bags of food, they're bringing wine. And this went on for almost a year.
Wow.
Every day for almost a year, people were coming to my house to take a photo on this couch.
Wow.
It got the attention of television producer Shonda Rhimes. They wrote a story about it because at this point I had an exhibit at Bricks Wine Bar, which was on Kercheval and Van Dyke at that time. I did a spinoff from the series and dedicated that series to Black women. So it's called The Couch, an exploration of beautiful Black women. And so all the pictures that I chose, I think I put on display maybe about 12 to 15 photos. The exhibit opened just before Black Panther was released, the original Black Panther. So there was all this Black energy that was like, yeah, like people were like all in. Like, and so at this point it had got like more national coverage. I had a really good press release, I'm not even gonna lie. But we had the party on one of the worst days for a snowstorm. And through this snowstorm, that place was packed.
We were shoulder to shoulder.
It was packed.
Wow.
And it was like, if this was during COVID, they would have came in and shut it down and arrested everybody. I mean, there was no room. There were so many people there to see these photos, to celebrate art, to celebrate Black women. And all the time, I'm using all of this as energy to fuel and charge my growth, my comeback, my emotional things that were destroyed the year prior. So it was very special. So I just did it for that one period of time. People still come like, can I get a picture of your couch? And I really don't want to take pictures of people on my couch. I'm like, we've done it. It's over. Let's take a picture on your couch. Like, I don't need to do the retread. Everything doesn't have to live forever. This is a moment in time that we can look back on and celebrate still.
Yeah. That's so important what you said, that everything doesn't have to live forever. There's that season. And
exactly.
Be sensitive to that season, or you will destroy all the joy that when it's time, you're still trying to make that work, and it's through. It's just through. It's just like a relationship. It's through.
Exactly.
It's over. And we can be something else, but we can't do that anymore,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the thing and I was going to say this when you were making your statement, just imagine if we applied that to relationships.
Yeah.
Just imagine if we applied that to relationships. We all go through relationships, and sometimes we wear the relationship out. By the time the relationship may end or it's over, you've changed, they've changed, y'all changed, it's negative. There wasn't any growth, and what you could have got out of it positively by ending it amicably or in a way and say, this is not serving me. It's not serving you. And if we can't make it serve us, if this thing cannot serve us,
Yeah.
then let's stop.
Create a new
You don't
thing.
need to be the waiter no more.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everything does not have to last. Yet, love does not have to last.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Abuse does not have to last.
Mhm.
Happiness does not last. Sadness does not last. Snowstorms don't last. Rain, floods.
Trouble don't last.
All of these things, they come and go.
Mhm. Right.
Life is a tide. We're all ebbing and flowing
Mhm.
with every breath we take.
Yeah.
I
I'm glad
have
that-
a cousin.
Okay.
I have a cousin who she never went back. When it was over for her, when that was it, when she was done, she did the best she could do. She never went back to any of her baby's daddy. She never rekindled those, she stayed friends if she could, but other than that, it was over, and she wasn't going to try to keep saving drowning baby. That's just the way it was.
Years ago, back in the 90s, this is kind of like a funny thing. Years ago, back in the 90s, I was a flight attendant. And during the training, we got to the point of the training where we do the emergency briefing, before you take off. In the case of a cabin decompression, the oxygen mask will drop down from the compartment above you. Place your mask on first and then assist those around you. That's also a lesson in life.
Yes.
If things are not serving you, you have to save yourself. Because when whatever the situation ends, what you have is you.
Right.
And if you're not breathing, hey, how you doing? If you're not breathing, if you can't breathe, if you can't thrive, you're not going to win.
Right.
Mhm.
You're not going to win. And nobody wants that.
Right.
Yeah, staying in
Okay.
survival mode, just
Mhm.
just existing instead of living. Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
The one thing that
I've
I
had-
don't want to do is be in survival mode. I grew up in survival mode.
Right.
And survival mode does nothing but create trauma.
Mhm.
And in some places, and within some people, it creates generational trauma. As Black Americans, I think we have generational trauma embedded in our DNA.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
passed down. It's whether we want to accept it or not, it's passed down. And how we function in our families, how we treat ourselves, and then in some cases, how we abuse ourselves. And abuse is not necessarily, you're harming yourself physically. It could be you're harming yourself emotionally. It happens.
Mhm. Mhm.
We have to find creative and sustainable ways to get out of these cycles. But the first thing is realizing this shit ain't working.
Right.
T-shirt.
Right.
This shit
Yes. Yes.
This shit ain't working.
Yes.
This shit ain't working. I
Uh-huh.
was just looking at Sheila's color, Queen Aduni's colors over there, Tafari. Is that the color of the couch with the sun on it, that bottom pink? Is that the color of the couch with the sun on it?
Come on,
Okay,
this.
wait.
You see her background color on her wall?
That is not the color. Hold on,
It's
wait.
not-
Let me see.
You
Unmute
put yourself
yourself.
on mute. You put yourself on mute.
You're still on mute.
Look, now the couch is like, it is my color. It's not my color. I don't know.
Depends
I
on
don't
the
know.
mood.
Okay, am I back?
There it is. Yeah, you back. Okay.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Let me see. If I could do a screen share.
Yeah.
give-
I'm gonna say, do you
Give
have
them the
any of
power.
those?
You got to get
me
the
s-
power.
Let me see if I have a collection of the pictures on my phone.
the screen share. Okay.
Let me see what I got here. Yeah, I guess at this point you can cue it up.
You got it, babe.
Okay, let's see here. Let me go. to-
While you're doing that, finding that, Star has a
Okay.
a question.
Oh, hand up. Yeah.
Yes,
Tafari,
yes.
I have known you for years.
You've been
And
knowing me for a
I've
long
seen
time.
you in some of your troubled times, and I want to say that looking at you now and hearing you now, I am so proud of how far you come.
Thank you so much. That means a
So
lot because
proud.
you have seen.
I have seen. I am so proud. So proud. I
We
love
here.
you, brother.
I love you too. I really do.
Wait till we tell
Okay.
Rod that you was on our show.
Wait, where is she?
She works at the shop with us.
Where are you guys still on? Don't tell me the street. Is it Detroit Street?
Iron Street.
Iron Street. Iron Street. You still down there?
Yes.
I gotta pop in.
Okay. Well, Pam and I are not there all the time. I'm semi-retired. She is retired. So you
Pam
gotta
is
let us know
retired.
so we'll meet you up there.
Sheila, I can't believe you always gonna be semi-retired. You ain't gonna let nothing go. You're not gonna let it go. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, share. Okay, it says only the host can share.
I gave it to you. Let me make sure.
No, he's not. He's
Yeah.
not co-host yet.
Tafari. There we go. There we go. He got the power.
Got it. Okay, got it. Okay, and can you see my screen now? Or wait, does it make a difference? Let's see.
Not yet.
Can you see anything yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, let me try it. How does this work? I've not used this on my phone before, so I apologize. Screen. Okay, screen, start broadcast. Okay.
That's it. That's the
You got
button.
it?
And then,
Okay.
Okay.
So
we
now
got
I
There we
can show
go.
you.
Yes, we're there.
Oh. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. I love it.
So this is Mahogany Jones. So first of all, when Het came over, I was like, oh, she got a look. So I was like, okay. So then Mahogany Jones came over. Mahogany Jones came over with a whole garment bag of clothes, and we selected this outfit from her from this collection of outfits. And this is just how it looks, just normal, just at the house, just with nobody on it.
That's funny.
So I have politicians, musicians, artists.
Wow.
I mean, people coming with their skates, so I'm gonna tell you, they were coming with outfits. So yeah, this is Jessica Care Moore, King, Sabrina Nelson. This is my oldest daughter, Olivia. Sydney James.
The couch. Wow.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Wow.
It was a whole thing. Yeah.
But it really turned into a whole therapy session for Tafari and the people who came. And everybody had a different story to tell. And so I think some women were sharing how they hadn't even been photographed in years and didn't want to be. And that couch just helped break through that moment.
Yeah, a lot of people came and released a lot. I mean, but the cool thing is, to be photographed on the couch, you had to tell your story. And you had to tell it in written form. So when I posted your picture, I posted your story. So it wasn't, it was just kind of like quick, like within one paragraph or two paragraphs. Who are you? What do you want? What are you doing? What do you want people to know about you? What makes you great? What does the world need to know about your Black self? And some people share some profound things. Some people shared hurt. Some people shared accomplishment. Some people share triumph. Some people share what they're going through mentally. what's happening in their relationships, how they're releasing this, how they're gaining that. It was very powerful.
Wow. Mama Evelyn?
Book.
You know, I thought, so here's the deal. So I actually thought about doing a book. But then I also thought about my ability to keep commitments to myself and my fluidity. And I'm like, I don't have the bandwidth to put a book out. Now, that does not mean that a book can't come out. I just need the tools to do it. And the tools may be through another person. So I'm always open to that. But I'm like, I created it, I did it. And if it happens, it'll happen.
Well, I'm putting it out there. That's happening. I want the
Okay.
book. I want it on, I don't like coffee tables, but I want it, you know, within reach. So book will happen. I have declared. So just so you know.
And I receive it. I'm waiting on Shyman and Susie to come through with it with everything we need.
Okay.
Now, quiet as it's told, Facebook does do my girlfriend had some pictures of her daughters done, and the book was phenomenal. It was phenomenal that they put together. So
Yeah,
Danielle,
it always pops up on your, I have one that I did, and I didn't know you could edit it, but you can. So I have like 2 that's already edited, ready to purchase.
Wait a
Wow.
minute. You have
Quality.
you have
It's not the best, but it's really good quality. It's good.
you have Mama Evelyn.
Hmm?
You have 2 books.
I have one. No, I got 2 books ready to purchase from the company, but
They're picture books. They take your pictures.
it's still a book. She been holding out information. That's what we saying here. We're gonna have to talk about this later.
Yeah, we're gonna get you, girl.
Yes.
Danielle, you have something to share?
I just want to let our guests know that we had a sister on our show. Her name is Zarina El-Amin. She's she helps people publish their books, self-publish their books. I'll put her information in the chat because that's what she does. She said everybody got a story. Everybody should tell it in a book. And she's local with the story.
I have the story. I got the pictures. I just don't have the energy innately to formulate it. You know what I mean? It's like I got a bag of tricks, and I can pull these tricks out.
Look, I'm one of those people. I would love to have a coffee table book with that pink couch. That'd be dope. Yeah.
I think it would reach a lot of people. I just haven't gotten there. You know, I have a lot of friends. They go all the way. They go all the way, and I go all the way for me. But people are like, take it a step further. I'm like, oh. I'm like,
Tafari, you taking it a step further is you saying, okay, you know what? I'm gonna ride this couch and we're gonna go to Bali and we're gonna go to Morocco and we're gonna go to Paris. Yeah. So there's that. So now the couch has become a surfboard, if you will. Now that's how Tafari, because he's almost about done with that. Like it's the next chapter. Because sometimes when you go through a thing, when you go through something and some transformation, sometimes revisiting also brings back the why or the how.
It's funny you said that because even as a photographer, when I go back and look at creative images that I did 5 years ago, sometimes I don't even want to look at them. But you know how it is. It's like sometimes like you could be cooking for yourself or a family. You could be cooking a whole meal. You got a whole meal. And by the time it's ready to get put on the plate, you ain't hungry.
You ain't hungry, right?
You did it. You made a turkey. You did, a rice pilaf, a broccoli casserole, and you don't want none of it.
Right.
Until the next day.
Right. When the season is set in.
Yeah. So with my art, sometimes I'm like that. Even if I write something, I can write something and then I can write something for myself, like a story or something that I think that I want to share. And sometimes I have such a hard time going back and reading it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that also makes the case when you create, put it out, push it. You create it for a reason. You create it to push it out. And you created it to push it out so that other people can have the discussion. Your work is done.
Right. Have the birth, give birth, and let's go to the next project. I love it.
Exactly.
And speaking of, and I'm sure Danielle loved you saying that because Danielle, she's a great pusher. I almost want to sing Curtis Mayfield's song.
She my mama
pusher
and
man.
my daddy.
Yeah, the pusher
You
man.
know what? You know what? At peace. I mean, not at peace. You know what, Mama Head? You do know I'm a doula, so I do help people. God, I'm a doula.
Go
So
with it.
my job is to help you birth.
You're
that's
doing
the
the thing.
reality.
Yeah.
The beauty about that, and I'm glad to say that because as of January 1st, the state of Michigan is now reimbursing doulas to help. What is it? We can bill Medicaid now, and we can also get into the hospitals and help the women that really need the help have that support system while getting birth.
Oh my God.
I'm looking at a
God.
career change right now. Because
Come on.
that's what we've been waiting for. A way to actually help our community. Because it's a lot of work being a doula. It's a lot.
You can't call herbals remedies anymore, but you can go get your doula assistance. Okay, all right. I'll take one with the other. That's all right. And speaking of that, let us segue into the travels of Tafari, because this brother, I just called you the world traveler. Because when I tell you Mama Head has been traveling, I told Tafari I'm packing my little box up and get ready for Brazil on this weekend. I'm getting ready. I got my box. My booty bag is packed and I'm going with Tafari on a visual vacation with him. It's
funny.
more than just travel. It's greater than just. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I just got excited.
No, go ahead.
But this morning, I was telling Nazwakazi, I said, oh, she called me a world traveler. I'm like, am I? I mean, I do travel the world, but I never consider myself a world traveler. So it was funny hearing someone else's adjectives to describe me. So I do travel a lot. And I shared with Het yesterday that back in the 90s, I used to be a flight attendant for a charter company, and all we did was international flights. So I've literally been all over the world. Over the last like 15 years, like I've taken that even further. Instead of like going for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm in places for a month, 2 months, 3 months. Like now for me, travel is it's not about going to these places. It's about going to these places and immersing myself in the local culture or the local cultures, embedding myself in food practices, embedding myself in understanding what the spiritual practices are so that I can broaden my mind. It's like reading a book. You read a book and your mind just opens. And I found that for me, travel is a really good way for me to open up my mind, and education, to share experiences and knowledge with people who don't travel, or people who can't travel, or people who are voyeurs, or people who find enrichment through experiences of others. So when I travel, I go pretty extensive. I share a lot of pictures. I share a lot of videos. I interview people to find out what is their life like? What makes you happy? What makes things tick over here? So I've been in pretty much like every corner of the world. Most recently, my time has been concentrated in Ghana, Brazil. Those are the places that really bring me a lot of inner peace. And it's places where I feel like my soul kind of like expands. But I love going to Southeast Asia. I just got back from Bali not too long ago. Thailand is like my spiritual home. We're actually looking at purchasing a property in Thailand as part of our retirement, which starts this year. This year, we're looking at purchasing property outside of the country and securing some potential long-term leases for business. Part of the business is taking people to West Africa, taking people to Southeast Asia so that they can have these experiences, so that they can expand their minds, so that they can open up their hearts, and so that they can see that there is just more ways to live than what we know. There are more ways to live. There are better ways to eat. There are better ways to love. And you find that by going out to these places to see what works and what doesn't, finding out what the indigenous things are, what are people doing indigenously, how are they using herbs, how are they using their ancestral knowledge. For instance, in Brazil, I connect with the Karari Shoko Native community. It's an indigenous or Indian community. And within this community, these communities, within this community is also descendants of enslaved Africans who fought against the Portuguese, who resisted the Portuguese. They formed communities with these indigenous people, and these communities are called quilombos. And within these quilombos, not only do they practice American indigenous practices, but they also embed indigenous African practices. So when you go to places like Salvador Bahia or Marcerendupio, you have people who are Indian, or they may even look white, or they could be black as night, and they're worshiping African deities first, not second, but first. One of the first ceremonies that I participated in the dark of night, in the forest, over a humongous fire, they started the prayer or the session off by acknowledging Oshun first. I had no idea that I could expect that in an indigenous community, but because they learned from those people who came from Africa, and those people who came from Africa learned from those indigenous people, it created symbiosis, it created balance, it created harmony that we can share and learn from each other and grow. Now, I'm from Dexter and Davidson. I don't know nothing about this. I don't know nothing about that when I got there, and they put me on, and I can share that. That's growth. That's growth.
Wow.
And you're not gonna learn that in no textbook in school, okay? Not at all. Not at all. They don't even exist as far as the textbook goes, really.
No, you know, a lot of the knowledge that came to me in terms of like spirituality and Blackness, honestly, it started when I was in Star's chair getting my locks done. I met a woman there named Dahia Shabaka. Dahia Shabaka was the director of social studies for the Detroit public school system back in the 80s and 90s. This woman opened up my world. She opened up my mind. She helped me expand while getting our locks done. She taught a class on the African diaspora and what that meant at the Shrine of the Black Madonna on Davidson and Livernois. I attended these classes, and what she was teaching, it was not in books. It was in bits and pieces in books, but this is stuff you had to learn and hear from people who were there and people who passed down knowledge, generational knowledge, people who've traveled, people who've gone to South Africa, West Africa, North Africa, and they come back to Detroit with these stories and these practices to help people grow.
Right.
That did not happen. That didn't happen at DPS. It didn't happen at McKenzie High School, didn't happen at Durfee Middle School, didn't happen at McCullough Elementary School. These Black schools, you don't learn anything about Blackness.
Right.
But you learn all about Europe. I can tell you anything about a European city, but I can't tell you anything about what's going on in Cameroon.
No.
I mean, I can now. But
they're gonna show you babies with flies around them and sitting and their bones exposed. That's not the whole truth.
And you know, and the sad fact about that, there was somebody sitting bones exposed, bones out and flies around them in these communities here in Detroit, on the west side, on the east side, in New Orleans, in New York. You have objective poverty everywhere. But the interesting thing is that they amplify it like if it's in a Black space. I remember I was in Cambodia years ago, and I was leaving to go back to the airport, and I saw something that I hadn't noticed before. There was like several rows of houses or huts that were near the airport. And I saw them, and I saw all these kids out playing, running around. And I said, these, like, do they live there? I'm like, these places look messed up. Like they were like tore up. They were tore up. But the thing that I saw, even though these places look tore up to me coming from the West, what did I see? I saw food growing. I saw clothed and happy children. I saw abundance. I had to change my mind. I'm like, I don't see poverty. I see a house that I wouldn't live in Detroit because I can't live in that house in Detroit. And that helped me reshape what I thought about poverty around the world. I used to work for FEMA. And when I was working for FEMA, I was based down in Florida. I saw some living conditions that rocked my damn world. And I'm like, but we're talking about poverty around the world? This poverty here can't be matched. Because that person who's impoverished, maybe they're impoverished in Ghana, but they're growing their own food. They're growing their own rice, vegetables, fruit, water. They're not worried about, can I pay my water bill? Will the heat be shut off? Those are things that they don't have to worry about. So when we think about poverty here, we're kept in cycles of poverty just by trying to survive. By trying to drink and keep our bodies warm will drive you into poverty, depending on what your social economic status is. And it would be hard for you to fight it. You're looking at getting state assistance to get health care. There are no homeopathic healers that you can just go to their house. And I mean, there are, but not en masse like that. So poverty and the perception of it really changed with me through travel. But again, traveling and learning. You don't necessarily have to travel and go to, these countries that are, 6,000, 7,000, 5,000 miles away. You don't have to do that. I think it just takes being compassionate and being objective to understand human condition, to understand human suffering, to understand human thriving. All those things I think feed and fuel each other.
Ooh, I gotta take a breath. Ooh, we don't know. We don't even, and we would never know this if we didn't go somewhere else. If somebody doesn't go somewhere else, we wouldn't even know these things. Like, you see, there are some people who have the riches. There are some young men on YouTube that I noticed the other day. They went to a mansion that had 10 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms. Big, beautiful monster. It's abandoned. There's crap growing. He was like, I'm not even going in the pool room because there's trees and stuff growing, overgrown. And the way they left this house is crazy. And do they get to enjoy these big homes? I know a lot of friends who they're working like crazy. They got beautiful homes, but they don't even get to sit in their house and enjoy it because they got to chase this dollar to keep making this money to maintain this house. But are they happy? Are they enjoying their space?
Look, if I gotta work that hard for my happiness, I don't want it. My happiness should be like breathing. It's just there. It should not be labored. It should be there. If you're fighting for happiness, you gotta let some shit go.
Yeah.
I've even had friends. I'm sorry. I've even had friends that were couples, and I told my girlfriend, I said, you all might be better in two different homes, and fighting to keep this relationship. And come to find out, they did so much better as co-parents outside of the home with each other. And I shared this, You know, it seemed impossible. She was like, that's not something but it is possible. Sometimes you might not have to share a same space to have the relationship. I've had another couple that divorced and their relationship got better when they separated than when it was when they were together. You know, you gotta learn how to work with your own crazy first before you attempt to take on somebody else's. You know?
Exactly.
Get to know you, because that's the common denominator. People don't think about that. And then people have to realize, how do you treat a person? Sometimes they're triggered by how they're being treated, or because you all haven't had a conversation. Another couple, my friend he's a therapist, and his wife didn't share with him that she had some trauma. But I mean, when do you tell, or when do you want to share that? When's that moment? And then when his dad died, she couldn't even be supportive of him. She couldn't support him like he needed, just all of these different situations, We gotta live and learn. We gotta go different places to learn different things. Else we'll just learn this life. Miss Queen Aduni just told us that she has to pay a usury tax on something that she bought some years ago. You're using this, we're gonna tax you on it.
Mama Head, I will say this. First of all, I follow you. I now know that face because I follow you on Instagram and have been following you for years. So this is awesome to actually see you in person. I'm gonna say, this face looks so familiar. You're Husky Bay. I follow you.
Yeah.
Yay. I just want to say you inspire me. Not only that, I have a younger brother. Mama Head knows my younger brother. My younger brother is a nomad. He loves to travel, but he travels in what I call it the Anthony Bourdain experience. That's how he travels. He works for 6 months out the year and saves up. And then he goes on these 6 months excursions. Last year he was in Mexico, got deep into Mexico, taking the buses, and at least on Facebook, he would post, how they, at every stop, they have to do a drug raid to make sure you ain't carrying drugs and different. And I'm just like, wow, he has a different broadened experience. I'm kind of like the person that wants to hybrid. I'm a little bit bougie, but I also want to see my people. So I'm like, how do I want to craft that experience where, okay, I know I'm safe and I can, but I still want to go, for years, I've had this dream of going to Jamaica. I don't know why I've been drawn to Jamaica. And until I did my ancestry, I found out I have Jamaican roots. That's why I'm led to go to Jamaica. So I want the resort, but I also want to go, I'm not afraid to walk on the streets of my people, because I feel like if I grew up in Detroit, I shouldn't be afraid to go anywhere.
Exactly. I'll tell you this. So if you saw that you have some Jamaican ancestry, let's take that a step further. The people of Jamaica, the Black people, the indigenous Black people of Jamaica, come from the central region of Ghana, the Fanti people, Ghanaian. So take it a step further, go to Ghana.
Okay.
Fly over, take it all the way back. And I say that because Ghana is one of the places that you can go to and be safe, and be seen, and discover very easily. Walk out of your room, walk out of your Airbnb to go to the fruit stand or to go to a market or whatever, and really be free. That is possible.
Okay.
The key for me is finding places that show you love. I've been to some places that were okay, but I don't feel like I was shown love. And the places that show me love, I continue to go back because they're safe spaces. And you know when you're feeling safe, when you're feeling right, but it takes that first step of getting there and making sure that you can secure, connections. I think no matter wherever you travel to, I think it's important to find and or talk to people who currently live there or who go there enough that can tell you what's happening right now.
Gotcha. I agree.
Right now.
Like I have a sister friend who used to be, Jennifer, she's a midwife, a doula. She used to live here in the States, and her daughter live in Jamaica. So I do have a direct connect. You know, if I go to Jamaica, I'm going to go see her, be around her, because she's been there for about 4 or 5 years now.
Oh yeah, go get that sawfish in the key. Go. Get that escovitch. Get that conch on the beach.
I'm ready, but I'm so happy to see you in person. I have to go feed my client now, but I'm so happy to see you in person because, like I said,
Yeah, I'm happy we all
we
connected.
follow each other, and I love your stories. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm about to go feed myself, y'all.
Yes,
So-
it's time. It is that time. Thank
Okay,
you, Tafari, so much for coming and just sharing and opening up your life and your journey and your
I love
travels with
y'all.
us. You all make sure that you connect. I did put it in the WhatsApp. Connect with Tafari and share with him and pack your little bag so you can go with him on the trip. We can go with him. That's a beautiful thing. Queen Aduni, thank you for this space. I'd like to thank the ancestors and our creator for giving us this timeline and us being on it together. It is time for us to sign off. Did you
All
have
right, I
any
love y'all.
announcements?
Thank you for having me in your space.
No, I think it's been so complete that, we'll see you in the morning. We'll see you on Friday. And Tafari, you can jump in anytime. You know we love you, and I'm just a good thing to see you. And I'll be talking
Thanks.
to you, okay?
Yeah.
Because I got some things. I've been writing some things. My mind's been going crazy seeing you, as it always is. And you know that you are our Elizabeth.
Yes.
Elizabeth's are people who are
Yes.
with visions and dreams. And you've always been that to us. So it was so good to see you.
Thank you so much.
good.
It's nothing but love.
Nothing but love.
Eternally. Eternally.
And a few drinks and a little smoke.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
By the way, tell Doris I said, hey.
Okay.
Tell Doris I'm thinking about her. Oh my
Okay.
God, what about your niece? Oh my God.
Tashima?
Tashima, yes. How old is she now?
Oh my.
She's like 25. She'll be 26 this year.
Wow.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's got a little girl.
What? Is she still in Detroit?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right, everybody, give yourself a big hug. And hug the world. And sprinkle goodness and love and peace and harmony and joy and creativity and all the kisses and hugs and stuff like that. And I will see you on Thursday.
See you
Bye-bye.
Day.
Love you
Flip it.
all.
Make it fun.
Make it fun,
Thank
baby.
you, Tafari. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, ladies.
Mm-hmm.